Well, that was the one we were last on?
I hope so. As our file catches up to mine, I got confused.
Well, I mean...
What?
I think this is ours.
Yeah, anyway though, welcome back everyone. We are continuing Ape Escape.
Yes, Ape Escape.
Which is taking longer than... Well, actually, not too long. It's already at like 20%. It's catching up to my file at least, which I haven't returned to.
Yeah, because you got better things to do. Like doing absolutely nothing.
Playing other games. And wasting my time on Red Dead 2 Online.
Yeah, when you could be making progress in actual video games.
Well, I mean, I've been playing Rival Schools and Project Justice.
Yeah, but you can't make progress in a fighting game.
I mean, you can in a sense if you're me and you don't play them often.
Of course, it's called being a damn scrub to being an overlord.
Well, I'm not gonna reach overlord status, but I'm at least gonna reach the status of, hey, I know what I'm doing at least.
You know, this jackass had the audacity to say that we should play it, knowing full damn well I have never played.
Well, I mean, I barely know what I'm doing, but it doesn't take long to learn. I'm still getting destroyed by, like, the bots in arcade.
No, it's Jesus Christ. Oh no, this is a snow stage. This is like one of those little snow stages.
Yep.
This isn't even in very well.
I remember on my own time I died here a lot.
How many monkeys do you have to get this time? Like 5?
Yep.
Ooh.
Jeez, that thing took too
Speaking
long.
of which, I asked you about something. How do you feel about people using guides for games?
It depends on the game, but overall, I feel like if the... Oh, screw you. I feel like if it's a simple game, it doesn't necessarily require it, but if the game is super cryptic, then yeah, it probably is the game's fault then.
So, like,
I generally try to avoid using a guide unless it's absolutely necessary.
So, like, you don't condone just using a guide because, you know, I want to 100% this game? You're just like...
Well, I mean,
just want...
I would say go on your own for a while and try to figure things... I mean, unless it's like, I don't know, Zelda, where it's like, oh yeah, by the end of the game you should have all this and you can't go back maybe or something, depending on like what kind of Zelda game. I don't know if you can do that without Ocarina of Time or not at the end game after you beat it. But say, say like Final Fantasy 15, where after you beat the game you can easily go back to your save. And it would just bring you right back to like before the final boss and you can continue everything and still have your stuff from after the final boss. Then it's not really that much of an issue. You can just do it after you beat it.
I know that I use the guide for Kingdom Hearts.
Which I was surprised because I didn't expect you would need one for Kingdom Hearts, and then I heard from someone else who played the game is like, yeah, the game is cryptic at some points.
It's just like some things you'd expect you would not need to do. Like, it doesn't tell you very much, so you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go on ahead and need this guide and use it. So it's just kind of like, alright, fuck it. And I know I'm definitely using a guide for Resident Evil, like the first one that came out on the GameCube. Most definitely.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Resident Evil is usually that kind of game, because I tried playing Code Veronica. Oh my god, Code Veronica, and I got lost. And I just stopped playing after that.
My old man actually said Code Veronica was his favorite.
I know someone who plays Code... I think it's Code Veronica that they play a lot. Because, like, they'll play it to the point where... I think they beat it so many times they would make different playthroughs a challenge by doing things such as, like, if they get hit once, they'd have to restart the whole game.
That's what happens when you know a game so well.
Funny... Oh, God. Hold on. Funny enough... Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, actually. Yeah, I forgot completely what I was gonna say because of that section. Oh my god, I gotta go all the way.
Just get the damn monkey, then. It's not that hard.
Hey man, ice physics. Oh wait, I have to shoot the monkey on here.
Too bad of you! Speaking of which, how do you even edit these? Do you just like cut it up, or you just
Pretty
like,
much, yeah.
oh, just, huh. Oh no, he's got a gun!
Yeah, and he's shooting you while on top of a freaking mammoth. Oh, it despawned. I can still see like the light of the monkey.
Well, you'd have to wait for it to recycle back around.
And the only thing that's like loaded up there is the effect.
I mean, get closer if you can. No point in standing there. Or can you not get closer?
Oh wait, I got it. Oh no, get out!
Oh
of
wow.
there.
Go grab it. Jesus Christ, man! You have like some shitty luck.
Oh, turn around.
Speaking of like really bad luck. Actually, not even luck. We were just talking about earlier. I was super upset, and upset for a good while. Is that I'm pretty sure everyone knows what the hell Pong is. Like, you can't play video games and not know what Pong is.
You're gonna bring it up?
I'm definitely gonna bring it up. Like, it has to be addressed. So of course everyone knows what Pong is. It was made by Alan Alcorn. Shit, I can't remember. Yeah, Alan Alcorn, right? Of course, the man worked for Atari, and he released Pong in like 1972. This was the very first video game made in the history of video games. Of course, then he did some deep digging and he found like some rock, paper, scissors game, I think it was, or was it tic-tac-toe?
Tic-tac-toe, some kind of tic-tac-toe looking game. But
yeah, some sort of.
It was on a wiki of like video game history or whatever. I was like, in terms of original games for that time.
We're talking about, yeah, Pong. Like, Pong was the shit. So of course, it was like, okay, let's dig a little deep, right? Let's look up some stuff about Alan Alcorn. So of course, I started looking up some stuff, and the man is 71 years old, born in 1948, has no wife, no kids, nothing. Now, of course, we don't see anything on this man. He's not with any companies, nothing. Nothing on this man has been revealed. And, you know, I'm kind of wondering, I was sitting down like, what? Oh, man. What in the world happened? What made him not, you know, go to any sort of developing company or make his own developing company? Something.
I think he did make his own companies at some point. I don't know if they was all video game related, but he did make his own companies. I don't know if he really stayed within games or if Pong's like the only thing he made though.
Well, that's the only thing I know he's renowned for is this Pong, because it's the very first damn video game in the world. Of course, I'm figuring that no one knows who he is. He's the only thing that has been stated about him so far, or that we know, is that he had an interview with IGN, and I don't know how many years ago that was. Like, I have no clue at all whatsoever. He got the final monkey. Hooray!
Yeah, I was surprised to do that as quickly as I did, because I've gotten like 3 game overs on that level on my own, and also I bumped into the mic. Nice.
Gnarly.
Fucking mental.
And I was just about to say that, fuck you. But anyway, it's like the very first man to make the very first video game. Like, if you even look him up on Twitter, the man only has 1,000 followers.
Which is surprising, because I was expecting, since he like made Pong, I was like, oh yeah, this dude's probably gonna have like 1 million. Nah.
Yeah, like, you'd expect something like that
he just didn't really care that much, and didn't like, probably the video games thing was just a one-time thing. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't read a lot about him. I just looked it up because you were mad, and I wanted to see what I could find.
The only thing on him on Wiki is him and Pong. Nothing else. Him, Pong, and Atari. Nothing. This man doesn't get a thank you. Nothing. He hasn't showed up. I didn't expect a 71-year-old man that was born in 1948 to show up to a fucking E3. Anything. But some of these groundbreaking times in video game history, like the PS1's release, or the GameCube's release, the Dreamcast's release. You'd expect him.
Not many other people was excited for the Dreamcast, sadly.
Hey, I mean, it's the damn Dreamcast. The Dreamcast brought some really good material.
Yeah, but the Sega Saturn killed the Dreamcast.
Screw the Sega Saturn. Dreamcast gang.
Yeah, because, like, the Saturn... Like, literally, out of nowhere, the day they... I think it was, like, the day they announced the Saturn, they also came out with the pricing for it at the same time, and nobody was really expecting it. Or I think there was, like, oh, yeah, and it's out now. Or they did something on, like, the day they announced it, I believe. Which, like, made people unprepared for it. because like no stores was ready to sell it yet or something.
I mean, still, man, it was etched in stone. The man made Pong. Like, seriously, come on. Like, we gotta draw the line somewhere. And well, we're gonna talk about how this all started.
Oh yeah, he got mad at Overwatch.
I'm gonna go on ahead and say this now, and I don't care about what anyone else says. I personally do not like Overwatch.
Yeah,
I don't see the appeal.
I think it's okay as a game, but it's overhyped. Like, I was baffled that it got Game of the Year at one point. I do not think that game deserves Game of the Year at all.
It's Overwatch.
Like, it's literally a Team Fortress 2 with a bunch of, like, thick chicks. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Because I played it, and I played it a bit. I wasn't into it. But then I see the Game of the Year, and I'm just shocked, because I'm like, no way. This game is not that great.
Now, if you write it on paper, the game seems amazing, almost. But for a game that has no story, characters are hardly explored...
You just made a mistake.
It's personally just a first-person shooter with... Team Fortress 2. Basically, just Team Fortress. And... I don't have an issue with the game, Crips. Love them to death. But... They had some event going on. Aaron and Ross, I think it was? Aaron and Ross had some, like, some Scribble Showdown going on, right? So it was going down, they had that event going down, right? And Aaron went to this guy, and he was like, who's your favorite video game character? The first thing he said out of his mouth was Genji from Overwatch. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Genji looks pretty cool.
No, I don't think they're bad characters, but I don't like them being someone's favorite, because I don't think there's really that much to those characters.
The characters aren't explored, so how can it be your favorite?
They have, like, comics, they have those CGI stuff to it, but that's about... no!
But that's all you're getting.
And aside from, like, the occasional news about one of their sexualities, which we shouldn't get into that one.
I refuse. Don't even get me started, Vinny.
Okay, is that over there?
God, they're having some... God, oh.
I had to, like... Alright, so for this weapon, I gotta, like, spin the stick around to use it, but the thing is, I'm, like, moving my fingers to jump, but I'm not reacting quick enough to also spin the thing around. So I'm struggling doing two things at once.
I forgot this thing didn't have... Wait a minute.
This has analog support. This game was a whole, like, based off the analog support.
Yeah, wait, didn't the PS1 have analog sticks? No, it didn't.
It did. Yeah, it did. It had D-pad at the start, but as time went on, it had, like, analog stick.
I'll keep a mental note of that.
That's why the PS2 controller is called the DualShock 2, because that was what they were called for the PS1 when they had the analog sticks.
The DualShock 1, but the DualShock 2.
And then the PS4 one is the DualShock 4.
Oh boy, since that PlayStation 5's coming out, DualShock 5.
Pretty much. I hope the
controller. I wonder how this one's going.
I remember I saw that controller, someone leaked of it, and it looked hideous.
At this point, we're probably just gonna have to fuck up the deal. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Ooh, Christ, what time is it? It's 2 in the morning. I should be asleep. But anyway, that was like Genji from Overwatch, right? So of course, like I said, I don't knock. Genji looks pretty damn cool as they all come. Cyborg ninja, like fuck, look at Raiden. He's a cyborg ninja, so of course I'm gonna naturally love him. So of course, I'm kind of like, all right.
Oh, crap.
But why Overwatch of all things? Overwatch. Like you couldn't pick Travis Touchdown, Dante, Virgil, Link, someone to give some sort of challenger to gauge your, not even to gauge your intelligence on video games. What happened? UFO?
He's gonna shoot me. I'm out of here. Nope.
Come on, then he just shoot it.
I don't have like the right things.
Can you even buy items in this like those? Like those?
No, you just gotta find them.
That sucks.
Oh no, don't switch. I accidentally switched when I pressed the button. Oh wow, stung by a jellyfish. That's radical.
Gnarly fucking mental.
Fucking
Yeah. But yeah, it was just like, why pick Genji Of all things, man. They could pick someone else. Like, and give me, like, not even gonna knock the guy. Like, I respect people who at least play video games, but if you don't play video games, I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like now, when you tell someone, like, oh, I play video games, they're gonna kind of look at you like, oh, you play video games. But if you hear someone say they don't play video games, they're gonna look like some sort of foreign object. Like, what are you? You don't play video games? What are you? What are you, fucking tool? You don't play video games? What's wrong with you?
Every time I hear Tool, I just think Leon Kennedy.
It's like, I can understand why some sensible adult wouldn't play video games, but a teenager?
What the fuck?
Our age? They don't play video games? What? You don't like partaking in fun activities? What do? Read? I mean, reading's not bad and all, but I'm just saying. Dude, you've got some horrible reflexes.
It's this. I have to use the stick to attack.
Yay!
There,
You finally did something right.
Shut up.
Hey, what are you gonna do? What? Hit me?
You're lucky you're not here for me to do it.
Hey, yeah, I'm not here, actually. I'm in the corporeal dimension. Anyhow,